Joy George, and I am the student. And I have a quick poem for you as a tribute to our New York Police Department. When I was asked to write this poem, I responded with, "Ma'am, yes, ma'am," a sign of respect. And when I think of New York's finest, that respect comes to mind immediately. I was asked, "Joy, don't you think the police are bullies?" My response was a curt, "Sir, no sir. I have no reason to fear. For although you see me standing here, glasses on, can barely stand from there to here, I can tell you right now that I don't need glasses to see the heart behind the badge. Tell me honestly, deep within your heart of hearts, can you deny the courage that they exude? To say that bravery and the NYPD are somehow not one and the same? If I was asked to say otherwise, I would calmly reply, as you are, sir. Because CPR might mean something different to you, but their cars boast quite plainly that they are about courtesy, professionalism, and respect. Me, I would say it goes even beyond that. If I was asked right now, this very minute, this very second, "Joy, how would you describe New York's finest?" I would say the truth and nothing short of that. They are highly motivated, truly dedicated, rough, tough, can't get enough. And if I was asked, "Joy, are you proud?" I would stand at attention right here, right now, and present a strong salute. "Joy, are you proud?" they would ask. My response, simply put, "Sir, yes, sir." Thank you, sir. Okay.
Somebody's gonna steal it.
Next, we'd like to have a few words from our fabulous council member, Vanessa Gibson.
Woo! Vanessa!
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
So before I get to the curry, I just wanted to say thank you, everyone, for being here. It is truly an honor and a pleasure. Thank you to Ms. Patricia Williams. Thank you to Alethea Williams. Thank you to Youth Leaders on the Move. I am so proud of this organization. I was one of the very first honorees way back when I was a member of the New York State Assembly, and I'm so thankful at how God has moved Youth Leaders on the Move. And every year we come together, and today's recognition and today's appreciation, celebration for all the law enforcement, for our police officers, our school safety officers, for all of our public servants that wear a uniform each and every day. Thank you for the work you do. As the council member representing a district in the Bronx, but also as the chair of the Committee on Public Safety, I am the very first woman of color to ever chair this committee, and it's meaningful. It's meaningful and it's significant because it means that we have come such a long way. And I am thankful for this incredible opportunity. I work very closely with NYPD, with school safety, with the commissioner and all the chiefs. And we've done a lot of work throughout the last several months. I'm in my second year at the city council, and you know it's not easy, but I am thankful to God for each and every one of you. It's not easy, and you serve with honor, you serve with distinction, you serve with integrity, you serve with compassion for all of the people across the city, and we're grateful for that. And many times you don't hear that. And as a public servant in a different realm, I understand that challenge, the thankless, the selfless acts of gratitude. But I know that we serve a higher power, and many of us know that we're here for a reason, and we're a part of something much greater than ourselves. And the work that you do every day makes a significant difference in the long run. And so we are thankful. Thank you to all of my colleagues who are here, Assemblymember Michael Blake. Thank you to our judge, Kim Wilson. God bless you. And we have so many others who are here today. It is a pleasure, and I just have to give him a shout out because I knew him way back when, before he became the commanding officer of the 4-9, Captain Keith Walton. So I wanted to say hi. Thank you for the work you do, and I want to give a shout out to all of the other commands who are here. Thank you, thank you, thank you We support you, we thank you, and most of all, we're going to continue to pray for you because we know that when you pray, things happen. Prayer changes things, and it changes people, it changes situations. So thank you so much, Patricia. If anyone could get elected officials and police officers and community residents together, it's Patricia Williams, right? Right? Well, we love Patricia. God bless you, Patricia. And thank you so much for all that you do. Thank you for bringing us together to really honor and appreciate our law enforcement. God bless you and thank you once again.
Yeah, Vanessa.
Now I get to the curry.
One thing, Vanessa always support our youth, no matter what, okay?
No. And when I retire as superintendent, I'll ask Vanessa for a job. Okay, next. We have our amazing speaker, Assemblyman Michael Blake. I had the privilege of meeting him last year for the first time, and he was most generous in coming to my first principals conference where he spoke to the principals and offered them his support. He continues to support all principals, whether they're in his district or not. So without further ado, please come and speak to the people. Michael Blake. Can I be your campaign manager?
We got jokes. So it's good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. First and foremost, it's always good to be back here. I feel like, other than Clinton, which is my high school where I went to, Columbus, where I feel like I'm in the most right now. And you know, as someone, I think I have a distinct voice, but there's a voice that when you hear her voice, Michael, you know, when you just know it's packed. And you better be there, right? You better understand that's where you need to be. So always love. She laughing because she knows it's so true right now. Karana's fabulous, as we all know, right? First of all, let's give a round of applause to both of them. Let's be clear about that. To our officers, I just want to show you love, show you respect, because we're in a society right now, we're in a city right now, we're in a community right now, where too often you don't get respect. People don't give you appreciation. When things hit the fan, 911 is what they're calling, but all the times, and all of a sudden, then you're not the ones that are out there doing incredible work. I have all respect for anyone that's in service. My oldest brother's in the Army, and I treat all those that put on a uniform in service. He's in his 29th year, he's a sergeant first class in the Army. And I live across the street from a police precinct. I live across the street from the 4-2. And our assembly district, we have 4-0, 4-2, 4-3, and 4-8, all collectively throughout our district in so many different ways. But regardless of the number, I just want to say thank you. I want you to know that we appreciate you, that all the things that you have to do that people don't understand, they don't pay attention to. They may not realize that. May not understand that when you walk outside the doors, at any moment something can happen and you are at the front lines. When we're not paying attention. And the only time that we seem to want to talk about you is when someone's upset about something. And I say we have to be fair on both sides. If you feel that injustice happens on any side, we need to be fair on both sides. And when you do great work, we got to say thank you. So let's first and foremost, let's give them a round of applause for their work, for being here involved in the community. Come on, we can do better than that right now. We can do better than that. We can do much better than that. For all the things they have to do, no matter an hour a day, no matter the time we're here, we say thank you for what you do. For the young people, youth leader, now I'm just gonna say this. The last time I was here, I had to leave quickly, but I did get some breakfast, and it was slamming. I won't lie. I don't know what's back there yet, but for someone, now here. But not hear anything about oxtail or anything like that. You have roti, they have sorrow. No, they're roti. Sorrow and Aki and let me see. You have to understand, I'm Jamaican, I'm named after Jamaican politicians. We would go at any moment for some good food. Well, I just want to bring you greetings very briefly from the 79th Assembly District, 139,000 people that we have in our district. We go from 153rd and Melrose to 183rd and Southern Boulevard. We are the most diverse assembly district in the nation. The census just indicated that. The Bronx, maybe people may not realize, the Bronx is now the most diverse county in America. The census indicated there's an 89.7% likelihood that any two people that you interact with in the Bronx will be of a different ethnicity. We have to understand the opportunities that we have, the power that we have, the engagement that we have, and that we have to come together to do incredible, remarkable things. And that's why we always talk about our vision of 3-2-1, 3 E's, economic development, education, equality for all, 2 paths, minority, women-owned business, career onto education, but the one goal is how do we transform the South Bronx to make the urban metropolis of the world. We're going to do that by our officers and our community, by those that wear the uniform, whether it be a police uniform or a school uniform. We have to make sure we come together as one. So on behalf of all of our people, on behalf of what you do, we just want to say thank you. God bless everybody.
And our last speaker that I'm going to put on the spot, because she doesn't know she's speaking, is my colleague, the community superintendent for District 11, Superintendent Nisha Ross Porter. She's fabulous. Because she was my superintendent. So she's really talking about herself. There's so many people who've been so supportive. I've been a superintendent for 3 months. I was a principal for 11 years and at the same school for 20 years. And so many people, the Bronx School for Law, Government, and Justice, yes, where this young lady graduated from. And actually when Vanessa came to my school, they met and made a connection, and she's been working with Vanessa since she graduated, since before she graduated. And so one of the things that's really important about this community is that we reach out and touch and stay connected. But to the law enforcement officers who are here, I want to say thank you. And I want to tell a brief story about my thank you. And so in our community, there is an issue with respect for law enforcement. Mm-hmm. And honestly, we see it in schools, with teachers, with authority figures in a lot of different ways. So one day, one of my students was coming to school, and my school is behind the Bronx Criminal Courthouse, across the street from 2 elementary schools and down a block from a middle school. And this young man, you might remember this, had a gun. And the parents who were walking their children to school overheard this conversation about a gun. And they went to the court officers who were on the corner and they told him. And they went and got him. And what the court officers said to me was, this could have went a very different way today. And because at the school, we developed relationships with law enforcement. We had a deep relationship with the 4-4. We had a deep relationship with the school safety agents in our building. We had a deep relationship with the court officers. When we went to the court so I could do some things to this young man that we won't talk about here because law enforcement is in the room. We found out it was a BB gun, but you all are in the street every day. You know BB guns look like guns. And there's no way for you to make a decision when somebody's pointing a weapon at you, whether it's real or fake. And so I'm thankful for law enforcement for making connections, deepening their connections with the community, for youth leaders on the move, for knowing how important it is to acknowledge the relationships that we have. And I want to thank you for the countless times that no one has said thank you, and for the countless times that you've given a young person a chance that no one knows about, that you've had a conversation instead of using cuffs that no one knows about, and just for all of the moments that you have said a kind word, helped a person on the street, stopped something before it became an issue, because those are the things that don't get publicized, and those are the things that you go home with, and I'm sure make you feel like a better officer every day. But I want to say thank you, because for the student at my school, his life could have been very different that day. He might not have been here. And we all know that there would have been a different story, and it would have been a story about the police versus the community. But I learned something that day, and I learned about what you face. And so I thank you so much for your service. I thank youth leaders on the move. And Michael, I've only been a superintendent 3 months. And when she calls me, I answer her. Because Corone taught me well. And she says, the first person you gotta talk to is Pat Williams. And so she's been the first and the one I probably talk to weekly, and I so appreciate your support and encouragement in this work, which is hard, and Corone for pushing me to step outside of my comfort zone. You know I miss law government though. But I thank you all so much, because I think it's the things that people don't see that you do in your work that really makes a difference on the streets for all of us, so thank you. That's fine, I put you on the spot. So, as I stated earlier, 30 years ago, I gave birth to this beautiful child over here, who was a police officer in the 41st Precinct, affectionately known as Fort Apache years ago.
Yep.
But what I
That
really
was
like
mine.
to say is that for those of us who have family members who are involved in law enforcement, you know, it's tough for us, okay? We worry about you guys every single day, you know, if you're going to be okay. I know my daughter named her gun Lola, but at the end of the day, I'm still her mom. I still worry about her. You know, I still want to defend her. You know, when she comes home and she tells me the stories about what happens on a daily basis, I feel for her. And as my colleague said, you know, we don't really know what law enforcement people go through every day. And sometimes the media skews things, they sensationalize things. And we know better. We know the hard work that you do. We appreciate you. We're so happy that you all came out today. This was our opportunity to celebrate you and thank you for all that you've done. So we hope that you had a wonderful time. We thank you for this. And one last thing I'd like to leave you with is we want to build better relationships with the students in our high schools and with you. Okay, we really would like to do that. So I have my business card here. If anyone would like to take my business card, I'd love for you to come and speak at my principal's meetings to get into the schools so that you can have a different relationship with the students so that they can form their own opinions about the relationships that they have with you versus what the media and all the naysayers would like to say. And I believe that that's going to make our community stronger. So thank you and God bless you all for coming.
Nice.
We're not chasing them out.
No, you can stay. I'm just done speaking.